Hello and welcome. Today is the last group match for India against Ireland. With me, I have Joydeep Mukherjee, Boria Mazumdar, and from South Africa, we have Shubhayan Chakrabarti joining us. Uh, we had a okayish game with Pakistan. Two games we have already won, so semi is almost confirmed. But but there are a lot of areas for improvement.
Absolutely, I think teams like England will let you know where you belong. That's the good thing about playing. And I always feel you want to play strong teams because that gives you an idea where you are. Pakistan was also no walk in the park. It was a hard-fought win. England we lost, and so here it is. I mean, at the end, okay, they tried some shots. It seemed closer than it was. We were never in the game. We were never in the game. And I have one issue in any T20 game. You cannot let a eight runs and over game go to get to 13 runs and over. You cannot. If you can't do it, whoever it is, A, B, C, D, doesn't matter. Leave it for the other person. If all can't do it, you get out in 17 overs. But the run rate required should be still 8.5, not 12, 13. Because if this Indian team doesn't have a batting which can consistently chase 12, 13, they'll do it one odd day.
Boria, Jemima, Harman both take their time to get off the groove. Do you think one of them should play?
No, I mean, you don't have somebody to replace them, at least in this team, and that is your problem. Hopefully, the WPL will throw up talent whereby you will be able to do that. I mean, at this point in time, what is happening is there is an element of indispensability about these cricketers, which is not there in the men's team. In the men's team, the moment you look, you have multiple options cropping up. If you look at the women's team and you're like, okay, if Harman's not there, who's there? And you're like, oh, we've got a problem there. So that is the issue as far as this team is concerned. What Joydeep just said, you and I have been discussing this every day. It's not about us criticizing Harman. I mean, we are not here to criticize anybody. But the fact is, this team, if they have to be world champions, they have to punch far above their weight from what they've done so far. We have not played more than 60%. And each day at 60%, you've not seen progress also. I mean, a question for Joydeep and Shubhan. I think Shubhan joining us from South Africa, right?
He's there. Yeah.
Harmanpreet Kaur trained yesterday at the nets.
Yeah, I was going to ask
Give me one reason why Harmanpreet Kaur was not there at the nets before Pakistan and before England. Was she injured? Then why weren't we told that she was injured? Why is it that the captain will come to train only on the eve of now?
If she was injured, then why did she play?
Then why did she play? So the question, Joydeep will be able to give us the cricketing perspective. Why is it, Shubhan, if you can hear me, why is it that Harmanpreet Kaur trained yesterday and not before? Did you ask anybody that question off record, on record from the team management?
Absolutely, Boria, and I think we reported when we reported we asked these questions to the management as well. When I asked Rishikesh Kanitkar before the West Indies game, he gave a very diplomatic answer, and that's what we expect from the team management and BCCI nowadays. Very diplomatic answer. There's a training module that Harman follows. Even Shubhadeep Ghosh yesterday said that I asked him about Harmanpreet Kaur's form. And he said that Harman is hungry to score. She's looking forward to score some runs against Ireland as well and build that momentum. These are all diplomatic answers. If she is injured, then let the media know, let the fans know who are watching them, who are waking up and watching the game, watching them play. Let them know. Give a clear-cut answer. Yes, please.
Yeah, India has won the toss and they have decided to bat first.
Okay.
Yeah, Shubhayan, sorry, you watched Harmanpreet at the nets. Tell us a little more about it. Do you see her hitting the ball well, or in the nets also there's mistiming?
It was a mix of both. She wasn't like at her best. She was timing a few balls really well, but there were some mistimed shots as well. Some of the cut shots she was trying to play. There were plenty of edges there, mistimed shots. So as I said earlier, she's not at her 100% best when it comes to her batting, and we still don't know what her injury status is, what her shoulder is like at the moment. And these are the answers. If the team management doesn't come out in public and give a clear cut answer whether she's 100% or not, we won't know, because she was out here and training, so she is absolutely, I mean, at least 80% fit, but 80% fit won't do against Australia.
It's Harman's 150th match. So
Yeah.
much experience in the bat, but if you can't, stand when the team needs in crunch situations, no point.
Yeah, we love Harman, but we love India more. And this is about India.
Yeah.
We always stick by India. We know what India
Absolutely.
what Harman has done for us, what she can do for us. This game is about form. And when I see Harman, I've seen her bat at her best. Just not the 160, 170, but otherwise also. Just the way she times the ball. Sometimes I remember Bodhi and I doing a show, and Virat got 40, and he said, that looked like the old Virat. It's not the quantity of the runs, it's just the quality of the runs. Harman to me looks like stuck between the rock and the hard place right now. Neither is she doesn't want to get slow because she's Harmanpreet Kaur. She doesn't want to bat a 90 strike rate. And when she goes to hit, she's losing shape of the shot. The last dismissal against England, she lost shape of the shot. Sometimes we as coaches, we as players were told, keep the shape, and then if you get out, then the execution is wrong. But if the shape goes already, then 9 times out of 10, you'll get out. So she looks very eager to score a lot of runs. She has a big reputation to protect. She's the master blaster of sorts, and it's not happening for her. So when it doesn't happen, then you get even more eager to prove that you can hit it. And it's just not happening for her. I hope that turns around today for Indian cricket.
Absolutely. Boria, both the matches, Pakistan match and even England match, left arm spinners, same kind of dismissal. So do you also think one training, B maybe something with the mind? I mean,
I've said this time and again. I don't want to repeat again. The timing of the auction is wrong. Harmanpreet Kaur going for 1.8 crores. Is that playing? Nobody will be able to tell you this. Will she come out ever in public and say no one way? I mean, can she come out and say, oh, you know what? I got you 1.8 crores. 7 people have more than me. I'm not happy. Can she? No, she can't. But she's also human. Think about it. All of a sudden, you're the poster girl of Indian cricket, and this is market, right? So Joydeep will get a certain price as commentator. I will get a certain price as writer. The market judges that. Am I in demand? Is he in demand for the Ranji Trophy final? Are you in demand for a next job? All of a sudden, the market is telling you.
We have no part to play in that.
We have no part to play.
Absolutely.
It is not about Joydeep saying, oh, I want to commentate, Boria wants to write. No. The market is telling you you are number 7 in the pecking order in Indian cricket. Digest that. You have been the top dog for a long, long time. It is hard. It is hard. Trust me. If today Leo Messi is told you, you know what, Angel Di Maria, Emiliano Martinez, XYZ are better players, are better value in the market. And Messi is like, what is going on? Harmanpreet Kaur was given a rude jolt in that auction. Is that playing on her mind? I don't know. I'm not a psychologist, but it can.
And before that auction, she probably thought she was the number 1 top.
Absolutely.
Along with Mandana.
Absolutely.
So suddenly from 1, you can come to 2. 1 to 7 is quite a drop.
Richa Ghosh, 20 years old. Deepti Sharma, 25 years old. Smriti Mandana, 25 years old. And there are some others also. Even
Yastika Bhatia for 1.5. Even Yastika Bhatia came close at 1.5.
absolutely, absolutely.
You're like, boss, what's going on? I mean, I'm Harmanpreet Kaur for God's sake, and I'm not being sort of given that value. It'll hit you. And you're in the middle of a tournament. You're playing the big game next day. 2 days later, England. 2 days later, Australia. It is not easy to be Harmanpreet Kaur at this point.
Just on that, the way Harman plays, and you watched her play a long time, you all have, there is a risk element to her. It's always been like that. She's not an acumen, she's not a Mandana. Mandana always has a plan. Over covers. If the cover is behind, then she'll go inside and flick on the wicket. Yeah. Harmanpreet Kaur is a bludgeoner of the ball. She will stand there and hit you over any field that there is. When you're not in form, this way of mode of playing has its pitfalls. The other one is a slightly safer route to take. Because one, you're driving at 150, one, you're driving at 100. You're both getting there. But with 150, you tend to hit more potholes, you tend to hit more bumps on the way. But with 100, you're more in control. Value to the team. Harman, I think, just needs to take a little bit of a backseat as far as her ego is concerned and say, let me bat with 120 strike rate till 25 runs. And then let me take off from there.
And if I was Harman, obviously she will know the best in terms of her body. I would go and bowl 2 overs. I'd go and bowl 2 overs. If I get a wicket, I will be confident. Look, Trisha, we are not playing a sport. We are playing a hyper-commercialized spectacle. That is what modern sport is. Now you have to adapt to that. What on earth can you do?
And the first over of a T20 is the safest over to bowl even in men's cricket. True. Nobody has any idea whether it's spinning, not spinning. 3 balls are given to you.
And especially
unless you bowl it on your own foot, then it's different.
Yeah.
But if you bowl normal 3 balls, is it spinning, is it not spinning? So 3 balls you have to worry about. So first over, we've seen a lot of teams. Iqbal Abdullah Fakir kya? First over. He was the weak link in the bowling. Rajat Bhatia first over gone. So you can do that. And you do that well. You bowl a 1 over 3 run. You're in the game.
Absolutely.
Great point.
Shubham,
And
Radha is
the
another.
point I wanted to make about Harman, I don't know whether I'm reading too much between the lines, but I have seen Harman a bit detached from the team environment during the practice sessions. She's not involved. While talking to the players, while speaking to the players, that is something which I have noticed. And even during the warm up drills today, Harman was a slightly secluded figure during the warm up drills as well. I don't know whether I'm reading too much between the lines, but it is what it is from the ground.
Now
That's so good to hear.
that's actually not good to hear. The other thing is Radha Yadav is unwell and Devika Vaidya is in. Good change, you reckon, Shubham?
That's a very like to like change. Radha Yadav was a left arm spinner, taking the ball away from the right handers, and Devika is a right arm leg spinner, again taking the ball away from the right handers. I still feel Radha is a better pick in terms of her fielding, what she gives on the field. But
Radha is
yes,
unwell
if she's
actually.
yes, but
Radha is in the
if she's
hospital.
unwell, if she's unwell, then I think Devika is the like to like replacement for her.
Getting back to what Shubham said, because that's kind of haunting my mind a little. Your captain in the middle of a World Cup, detaching herself, whatever be the reason. Uh, as a young player, say a Shafadi, Richa, what is going on in your head?
If this is happening, then it's sad because what happens is the captain loses control of the team. See, she knows she's not in the best of form. And as a captain, if you're not in best of form, 7 people are ahead of you in the auction, you're not in the best space. This is the time to communicate even more, be even open. Say, okay, I'm going through a downtime, but I'll be where I am. And every great player has been through this in men's cricket. They've had a time when they've been down, but it's the respect of the others. You always compare people on their good day, not on their bad day. When Tendulkar gets out first ball, I get a first ball, we look pretty similar. But when he had his best and he had his best, we're not on the same page. So that is where you have to see Harman has to go and lead by example, go and play now. The only thing that can change for Harman is with the bat. Nothing else will change. So that is what she needs to do.
Um, a match like Ireland, best match to get back in form, both with the bat and maybe with the ball too.
It's an opportunity for sure. It's an opportunity. But what Joydeep is saying, if you take that argument a little forward, it's also something you've got to come to terms with in your own mind. So I'll give you an example. Saurav Ganguly. Why was Saurav Ganguly the best captain? Sachin Tendulkar was a better batsman any day. Saurav Ganguly came to terms with it. He was a better leader. And he was Sachin Tendulkar's leader as well. Does Harmanpreet Kaur believe and can come to terms with the fact that Smriti Mandana is now the better bat? She has to lead. She cannot just say, I'm the better bat, I'm the best. No, you are not. Come to terms with it and go lead. Saurav Ganguly.
You're the best, better batter, but I'm the better leader. I can take this team forward and I need you.
Rahul Dravid
Great
was
analogy.
perhaps a better bat. VVS Lakshman was perhaps a better bat. Even in the Kolkata Test match, that series, where was Saurav Ganguly the batter? He was not in that pecking order. Saurav Ganguly, the leader, was right up there.
Absolutely.
See, Harmanpreet Kaur has to lead. The moment the captain gets into a shell and a cocoon because she is not playing well, the individual performance jumps on to the captain. It's a problem. I will tell you 100 examples of that happening in international sport. I'm concerned for Harmanpreet Kaur.
And
Can we
one of the
have
examples I'll give, one of the yes, please, please.
Yes, Shubham, please continue.
So what I was giving an example of what happened yesterday at the Nets. So there was a fun game, a team bonding exercise where they had set up a foot volleyball sort of a thing where they would divide the teams into six and then play the foot volleyball. It's a team bonding exercise more than a warm up drill. So Harman, every player was involved. Whoever came for practice yesterday, everyone played that game for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But Harman was the only player who was standing beside the coaches and watching the other players play. So this is, I feel, something which Harman needs to get involved rather in practice and warm up drills.
But Joydeep here has a correct point. That could well be because she has just come out of an injury and she's, either she's still injured or she has come out of an injury and she's just trying to save her.
Yeah, I can't imagine everybody
Maybe.
playing, the captain staying or just because she's ticked off. I think there's an injury to it. Yeah, it's a great point Shubham makes and it stands out. Why is either they are discussing strategy, which is very important, and there's a time with the captain and the whoever is there, with the coach and whoever is there, strategy time. That can we try three? Okay, what about we try? Can we bowl this one? A little time, or she's injured.
They add to that. So even if she's standing out, she can shout. She can
Yeah,
encourage.
come on.
Yeah,
She can be
yeah, she
involved.
can involve. She can get involved. Yes,
That is what the point
yes.
is. Is the body language there?
Correct.
But I saw that body language in last Indian match. I saw her in the ground, see her long off, good catch, well done.
If
While
that
that
body
match
language
was
is
on,
there, it's
while
okay.
the match was on, I saw it.
I will differ with Jadipta. I have seen a more involved Harman.
I haven't seen. Okay, I haven't seen her more involved. I saw her involved. Now, what level that can go to, you would know better.
Yeah, because Harman is generally, let's say Harman is more like Virat. A lot, very expressive, and I have not seen that in Boria. If you remember, I had actually pointed it out when we were sitting and watching the match. That what is wrong with Harman? Because Harman is an animated character. Let's put it that way.
I don't think there is anybody in this team who can charge the team up like she can.
Exactly,
She has to do that.
absolutely.
We don't have an opportunity now. You go down to Ireland today, you're gone. You're out of the World Cup, for God's sake. It's history. Shubhayan Chakraborty gone to a World Cup. It's a playoff. Every match now, 3 matches, win the World Cup. Any match you lose, you're back. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Knockout games. Shubhayan, when you were at the practice yesterday, did the overall mood sound positive, look positive, appear positive?
A lot of players didn't come yesterday because it was an optional one. The Pacers, nobody from the pace department came. But the team bonding exercise which I was talking about, that was the start of the practice drill, and that freshened up the mood. That there was plenty of happiness, like clapping going around, plenty of hootings going around by the opposition players. There was some sledging going around, but it was so odd to see Harman not even give a single clap to one good shot or one good happy moment. She didn't clap at all. But yes, the mood, Ireland match, they know they would ultimately, even if they play 60%, they would win. And to the point that Joydeepda mentioned, that Harman might be injured and she's saving her shoulder, but during the fitness, during the catching drills, when they lined up in the slip corner, Harman was flying around and taking the catches. So I don't think
Yeah,
she is unfit.
but
I don't think
but
she is
Shubham,
unfit.
you have to take the catches. You can let a footballing game go, but you have to take catches. That's part of your
Yeah,
preparation.
yeah, I
If in
understand.
that
Yeah,
you get hurt, sit out the game. But you can't get hurt
yeah,
in footballing and sit out the game. Is the point I was trying to make.
yeah,
Right.
What I
yeah.
just have a question.
Yes. Shubhan, you were there for Ireland's practice as well?
Yes, yes,
Yeah. So the entire, how was the mood in the Ireland camp? Did all of them turn out to
yes.
practice?
So I had a good casual 10-minute chat with Ed Joyce, the head coach of the Ireland team, and he was very optimistic about the future of Ireland. Everyone, not a single player has missed a single training session in this T20 World Cup when it comes to the Ireland camp. Everyone has turned out, whether well or unwell or unfit or fit. Even if they have not batted or fielded, they have turned out. They have been with the team. So that is a very important point that I want to make here. That even if you are not involved in the next session, they are there in the team environment, in the team atmosphere. That is very important. And Ed Joyce did mention one point: if you take out 3 players from this Ireland team, the average age of this Ireland team will go down at 21. So there are 12 players who are aged between 17 to 22. This is a very young side, but a very talented side, and they will make some noise going forward in the next 3-4 years.
Ed Joy is a top bloke. I played cricket against him
Absolutely.
in Middlesex League Premiership. This is what I want. It's a T20 game. You're only 4 overs. Why are you staying home? I can understand a test match.
Yeah.
Now, if Jadeja says, although there's 8 days, but in 3 days he was a test match, and Jadeja's got 22 overs. If he says I want a bit of a break, I because I was off for the game, we can give it to him because he's a machine. But 4 overs against England. One, Thakur had a good inning. The others can be even better. 4 overs in the whole day.
And most
What
of
are you
them
going to do in
will
the...
goal 4 overs.
Exactly. Baffles me. I'm a little old school, but baffles me. Load management and all, I understand the enormity of it. When it's test cricket and you're playing a lot of cricket, but I will say.
And Joydeepda, the girls are not playing, and the girls are not playing that much cricket as well. It's the only tournament that has come after the tri-series and a couple of bilateral series. So the schedule is not as hectic as the men's cricket team is witnessing, or the players are witnessing in terms of thousands of bilaterals, multi-nation tournament, the IPL. It's not like that. So I know the point you are making is absolutely spot on. I completely second that.
I
Also,
envy their
Shubham?
confidence, because when I was young, and I was 22, and there was a match. I wanted to practice the day before to know I've got everything in order. What confidence knowing that you're playing a virtual playoff, and I was just chilling over it.
Exactly, and I was saying what you said. Apart from the schedule and all, forget all that, Shubham. It's the World Cup. It is not just the
Yeah,
tournaments that you're playing. Anyway,
yeah,
getting to Ireland, I was going to ask this question. You remember we were discussing in the Pakistan match that Pakistan somehow doesn't believe that they can win. This Ireland team seems to be different.
They've done that against Australia in that warm-up. I mean, 167 chase doesn't happen easy. And if you look at that side, I mean, the 3-4 players that we talked about in terms of experience, they've been around for donkeys.
Absolutely.
If anybody follows Irish women's cricket, I do. I can tell you, it is a side that has a good mesh of experience and youth. Again, if you go and see some of these countries, it's a participatory sport. People do play. Yes, they lack money, but in terms of participation, there is high participation. There will be talent that will come through, and provided they have the monetary backing, some of these girls will make a big career out of cricket. And let's put it this way: if they win this, for them it's windfall. They've beaten India,
And in the semis.
And they're in the semis. Someone from one WPL franchise will say, "I have one spot left. I'll get you, boss."
True.
A career might
Injuries,
change.
yeah.
Some injury will happen, inevitable.
And they progress because England, Australia, Ireland, they play mixed cricket from a very young age.
True.
So I know girls, I have a friend whose daughter used to play cricket with the boys in club cricket. So there'll be 10 boys and one girl, she ended up playing for Ireland in England. So your advent is better here. So she's playing against better players. So she gets better. So this is why I'm not surprised. See, Australia will not take a practice game lightly. For them, ego matters. We are number
Australia
one.
doesn't take any game
Woods,
lightly.
Tiger Woods doesn't lose even when he's horsing around with friends. He is number one in the world. So is Federer or Nadal. So beating them, this is a tough game for India. This is no walk in the park.
Absolutely. We have got an audience question. Radha bowled decent in last game. Why Rajeshwari Gaikwad is getting continuous favor despite bad performances? Bowled 1 over for 12 runs last game. First of all, Radha isn't dropped. Radha is unwell. So it's kind of a forced change. But still, I would say among Radha and Rajeshwari, if you had to choose, whom would you go with?
If I had to choose one, I'll go with Radha. Two reasons. She's the better fielder. And then she's bowling better. I think she's a little quicker in the air. I think Rajeshwari Gaikwad is a little bit slower and with brute power, what it's coming to, not great, very big boundaries. I'll go with Radha.
If you see these days, and this had happened with Poonam also, what is happening with extremely slow bowling is the batters are going outside their off stump and targeting that square mid-wicket and they're just hitting them there because the ball is coming so slow, they have the time to adjust and play that shot.
And also, when you're too slow, another technical thing that happens is you can always play them on the back foot. You've got the time because you're too slow. And the moment you want them to play the front foot, then it's too full. So that good length becomes really small. Yeah, you're getting tonked in front. You go there, I can come back and hit you. If you spacey in there, then I can't do that anymore.
Absolutely. Shubham, today one side is 5 meters shorter.
yeah.
You see a lot of, that's why I think India batting first is a huge, advantage.
Trisha, I'll give you a bit of an inside news. The Indian camp was really unhappy with the boundary sizes here in South Africa. They are not happy with how things are. Like the boundary size is 67 yards, 70 yards. They are not happy at all, and that is why I think they had made some complaint, unofficial complaint, and that is why they have, I guess, pulled out. Yeah,
What do
sorry.
they want?
That is why I think this is the reason they have pulled up the boundary line by 5 yards short.
So India want it shorter.
They wanted it shorter.
Yes, they wanted it shorter. They wanted a 60 to 65 yard.
You can't say, in tennis you can't say, okay, when you play the Wimbledon, the court is like.
But why is one side shorter then?
You're not playing the center.
Yeah, that's it.
See, it's difficult to have standard sizes because again in cricket you
Minimum standards.
minimum.
There has to be a minimum.
Minimum standard size, but yeah, I mean
During the India versus Australia bilateral series, the average boundary size was 60 yards. Here, this is 68 yards. The average so far in T20 World Cup is 68 yards. So there's a 8-yard difference. And the shot, I think Jemima got out at long on. She would have easily cleared it if it was a 60-yard boundary.
Interesting.
Well,
Good.
it's very interesting, and Shubhan, you being there obviously is our eyes and ears there, and it's helping us bring the inside story. I will be ending with the predictions, but before we go into the predictions, can I request Shopnin to show us the playing 11s, please?
There you go.
Yes, India playing 11. I think, as we have mentioned, Radha Yadav has not been dropped. Devika Vaidya has been brought in her place because Radha is unwell. That is the only change, with Harman playing her 150th T20I. And Ireland, they have gone unchanged again. And this is something I wanted to talk about. Ireland, all four games. Yes, they have lost three today. They don't. I don't know if they are going to win or lose, but they have gone with the same team. No chopping and changing.
Yeah, I mean, why would you? You've got a set team, you go with that. I will definitely say that India will be thinking hard about this game. They need to play well to win. It's not you show up and win. India is not that far ahead. And not because they've been in Australia. I think this is a team that's on the rise. They will shock you. Somebody who you don't know a lot about will come and play shots you're not ready for. One thing with women's cricket, also, you don't know a lot about a lot of these girls who are playing. So, India better play well today.
True. Prediction.
India. I mean, you have to say India, and by a mile. You would want a convincing win, because if you have to play Australia in the semi-final, you can't just scrape through against Ireland. You need to show might, you need to show power, you need to show ability to be able to push through. So just do that.
And just to top it up, if you want to win the trophy, you could absolutely breeze through these games.
Absolutely. Join us for the post show right after the match. That is whenever the match ends. And keep watching Rev Sports. Shubhan, we'll let you go. You watch the match and make sure India wins, and wins well. Thank you, everyone.
That is something which India would require. Yes.
Thank you so much.